Oh, sorry. That was from Mario Lopez. The real host. Actually, Cyrus is great. Anyway, great night tonight. Another sold-out crowd here at Albuquerque. Another unbelievable fights. Great sponsors, Bucked Up, Forged Irish Stout. We debuted a new sponsor tonight, Savage Sip, which did phenomenal. OnlyFans, Grunt Style, all of our other sponsors. You know, I really, really want to thank the sponsors for the support. Thank the fans for the support. Fighter tonight, you know, I have a coin toss on this one with Justin Street and Anthony Sanchez, or the main event. I'm going to go with the main event, but I'm also going to throw Anthony Sanchez and Justin Street a little bonus because they came and they fought their ass off tonight. So I'm going to give the main event to John Dodson versus Dagoberto Aguero. You know, I thought the decision was absolutely spot on. I had it a draw, and I think most of the fans thought it was a draw as well. So I like that. KO of the night. Again, it went between two guys, Nick Corg and Felipe Sanchez. So I'm going to go with Nick Corg with KO of the night. I'm going to throw Felipe Sanchez a little extra bonus as well. A couple other guys are going to get a bonus tonight. I can't wait to come back to Albuquerque. We're actually going to come to somewhere else in New Mexico next time that we come here. We're working on something big for Austin Trout to defend his title here in New Mexico. It was a great night. I was really happy with the performance of the fights, the fans, the attendance, and you know everything with tonight. Any questions?
Do you have an attendance figure at this point?
I don't have an exact one, but the last count was like 4,250.
Dave, we know there's also been talk on social media that there's another big announcement in the works. Could you give us any insight into what that's going to be?
Was that the one I said I was going to announce on April 25th? I'll probably announce it on April 25th. My man.
You can't hate me for trying, can you, boss?
Hey, Dave. Mike at Miss Show here. Can you address why we didn't go to the 6th round after the draw with the championship fight?
So the 6th round isn't a BKFC call. If it was, it would be available in every state. It's a state-by-state call, and this state didn't have a 6th round in the rule books. They will now change it to next time we will have a 6th round, but it just wasn't in the rule books, and there was nothing that we could do about that.
This fight was filled with debuters that impressed tonight. A couple of them made quick work. They're both California kids, Nick Corg and Ruben War. Is there a chance that these two guys could turn around quick and end up on that Knucklemania card?
The Knucklemania card is pretty stacked. Maybe we could add one of them on. I was talking to Nate about that tonight, and we're going to see if we can add one of them on. You know, you never know what you're going to get with bare-knuckle with these debut guys, if they're going to come out and fight their ass off, or if they're going to come out and give the crowd a stinker. These guys came out and they fought their ass off tonight. So, you know, if that's the way we're going to see California, man, I can't wait.
Obviously, with the draw, it looks like a rematch will be in order. How long do you think it will be before you revisit making that rematch?
We'll talk about it. I have a lot of traveling to do this week. Dubai and Ireland. We're working on some really big deals over there. Hopefully come home with some really great news for everybody. But when I get back next week, we'll start planning and we'll start talking about that. But right now, it's just, you know, we got to take care of some business. We have 2 huge shows coming up, Knucklemania and Mohegan Sun, so we have to worry about those right now.
Last question for me. Is there any new fights that you can tell us about for the Mohegan Sun card that you just mentioned?
We have Heather Hardy versus Christine Furnier, as you know. We have, man, as I get older, I'm getting dementia, and I can't remember. Jimmy Rivera is taking on Daniel Strauss. That's a smoker. That's going to be an unbelievable fight. And we're signing, man, I can't remember the kid's name right now. Mike Trezano, former winner of Ultimate Fighter. I can't remember his opponent. It's a really tough fight. That's why I text Nate to get here. He didn't get here, so I might have to get rid of him.
And Dave, real quick, wanted to ask you about the co-main event winner, Donald Sanchez. We saw him on the Prospect Series, first round knockout. Now we saw a surgical performance from him tonight. What do you think about his future?
He looked great, man. I mean, every time he looks better and better. And, you know, he called out Dave Mundell. And, you know, that could be something that we could be looking at. I mean, you know, he's knocking his opponents out. So he's looking great. What else can I say about it? I mean, every time he comes out here, you know, he had a rough start here, and then he came back and he won 3 or 4 in a row, all by knockout. So very, very happy with his performance.
And then also we saw Nick Corg, an impressive performance. That was 30 seconds of mayhem. What did you think about that debut?
He looked sensational. You know, he came out. He did what we want to see here in BKFC, and that's why he earned KO tonight.
All right, Dave, thank you for your time. I don't think we have any more media questions for you.
I'm good, man. Just love being here in Albuquerque. Really do. Not saying it because I'm sitting here with you guys. I mean, the fans are unbelievable. The fighters come and fight. The commission's one of the best commissions in the country. I love being here, and we're going to be back here shortly.
Thank you, Dave. All right, next I want to bring up KO of the night, Nick Corg. Come on up, Nick.
Let's go. Let's go.
If you have questions for Nick, I'll bring the mic over to you as he makes his way up. An impressive knockout. I mean, it was just like he said, it was havoc. It was insane. Nick, first, do you have any words?
Not much, just let's go. Representing the whole West Coast out here, you know, California. What's up with Knucklemania?
Good question.
Hands ain't broke, face is good, ready to rock. Let's go.
Nick, it was an explosive performance. Was that the game plan, to blitz right off the bat?
If you watched any of my fighting career, that's always the game plan. I go out there, I usually blitz everyone. I come in really good shape so I could do that throughout the whole fight. If it goes all 5, I could do that. I felt good. I felt at home here. I think BKFC is the new home, and ready for whatever.
Nick, we all know who you train with and where you come from and your background. I just want to know what took you so long to get over here in the bare knuckle.
People have been telling me about this for the last 2 years, really, and I've been wanting to. I have a really good MMA record, so I was like, I should probably keep doing the MMA thing. And then I was like, well, you know what? I got the opportunity. It came up. I got the call, and it was fun, man. I really liked it, so I think this is what I'm going to be doing now.
Nick, the left hook was a spectacular weapon tonight for you, causing both knockdowns, finishing the fight. Is that a specific weapon that you look to utilize?
Yeah, that's a kill shot right there. That's left overhand, left straight, left hook, left anything. If the left touches them, they're touching the floor. So it's always a good time when I could hit them with the left hand, for me.
You got to make the debut. We know you've been in fights before. Did bare knuckle feel different than any of the other experiences?
Yeah, I actually felt good coming in here. I felt ready. It felt cool. I really liked it. I'm loving the whole environment, the ambiance of the whole arena. Everything was cool. You know, I came here, the out-of-towner, and I feel like I won the crowd over at the end of it with a good knockout. So I'm pumped about it. I'm pumped about the organization. I like the way that everything's run here. It's good.
So we ask this from time to time. You got the bonus for the knockout. What are you doing with the money? What do you do with the bonus?
Pumped. That's it, you know. Felt earned.
How are you going to spend it, though? What are you going to do with the money?
I don't know.
Count it.
That's all. I ain't counting all the eggs before they hatch, you know what I mean? But glad that I got that. Thank God.
All right, thank you. Anyone else for Nick? We got one more for Nick over here.
Hey, Nick, where's the after party going to be at? You doing an after party, or are you going to celebrate?
I am hosting an after party at 401 nightclub. Slide through, everybody. It's going to be lit. It's best nightclub out here in downtown Albuquerque. So come out and get turned up. Let's go. The party's just starting.
So, Nick, from this experience, fully committed, fully on the bare knuckle bandwagon?
Yes, let's go. Hey, what's up with Darren Till, Knucklemania? Let's fucking go. Yeah, I'm ready. Hands are good. Everything's good. Mind's good. Face is good. You know, no nicks or bruises, cuts, nothing. Let's go. I'm ready.
Well, we'll see if we see him at Knucklemania. That remains to be seen, but we see him right here tonight. Congratulations, KO with a night bonus for Nick. We appreciate your time, Nick. Thanks for stopping
thanks,
by.
I appreciate your guys' time, too. This is where it's at, BKFC. I am BKFC. Let's go.
Next up, the co-main event. I want to bring up the co-main event. Let's bring up, is Dallas here? Dallas Davison? All right, then let's bring up Donald Sanchez. Thanks, Donald. Thanks for being here. Appreciate your time. What a fight. Before we get started with the media, do you have any comments you want to make? The floor is yours.
You know, I just want to thank everybody that supports us. This is a huge fight town. I have a huge support system, but I guarantee at least 100 of these people are traveling anywhere we go. So put me on a show anywhere, they're coming with me.
The win over Blake Leclays, we saw you go the distance, look more technical. We saw a quick knockout win against Noah Cutter. Tonight we saw you attack the body. How are you evolving as a bare-knuckle boxer?
You know, I strive every single day to get better. I wake up in the morning and I tell myself I'm just going to get better. And I call it out. I manifest it. I go out there. I figure it out. And I said this before this fight. I want to win this fight by a body punch, you know, or maybe I'll go lefty and take him out that way. I just got to keep showing the people that I'm changing, and everybody can change if they put their mind to it. That's it. So they say I'm getting old, but I'm getting younger by heart.
Yeah, Donald, you look great tonight. The body shots were definitely on point. Tell us why you should be the man to fight Dave Mundell for his title.
Dave Mundell, he's going out there and he's knocking everybody out. He's not going to knock me out. I'm going in there and showing. I've shown every single fight. I fought Jeremy Smith. That dude's a beast, bro, and I went up a weight class for him. He didn't knock me out. He's knocking everybody out, too, a higher weight class. So I just need to go in there and show him what I'm about. I'm not just going to slouch over like his other opponents have been doing. So.
Donald, it seems like your boxing skills were really on point. You're known mostly as an MMA fighter, but how hard have you worked on your boxing skills?
You know, I have a lot of high-level boxing. You know, I was signed with Top Rank before. I fought some very, very high-level boxers, and I've been in the ring with a lot of them, too. So my original coach, Arlene at Fit NHB, she always wanted me to box, and she kept me boxing all the time. I always just did it to stay busy. But my skills are there. I could box at a high level, you know. But this sport's just different, so you can't just box in this sport. It's showing. The boxers can't just box. You got to have that different movement. You got to have the grit. You got to have everything, and I have it all.
All right, that's what we have. Thank you so much for stopping by. Great fight. They loved you out there. They're probably still partying tonight in your honor, so thank you for coming by.
Thank you, guys.
All right, before we get to the main event, a couple more people that we want to get up here. Let's bring up Austin Lewis. Had a great fight tonight. They want us to bring up Austin Lewis. Come on up. Austin, thank you for your time. You got the mic right there, and we have the mic here if anyone has any questions for Austin Lewis.
We know that your first fight ended in no contest, an unfortunate situation. What was it like tonight to get in there and go the distance and be able to fight the full fight?
It was an honor. It was crazy being in bare knuckle, going 5 rounds. That was exciting. And ending in a no contest, it just taught me what not to do in the fight.
All right.
How emotional is tonight getting your hand raised first time in 6 years?
Very emotional, especially because I have my niece looking down on me, and I know she's freaking ecstatic about it, so it makes me happy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Austin Lewis. Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate you. Great seeing you. Austin Lewis, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
All right, next up, I want to bring up Anthony Sanches, who Dave spoke very highly of his fight with Justin Street, and then we'll talk to Justin Street really quickly after this. Anthony Sanches, come on up. He left. All right. Justin Street. All right, Justin. Dave spoke very highly of your performance. And we're proud to have you here, man. Thank you for stopping by. Any questions for Justin Street? We'll get to them now.
First fight with BKFC. It's a fight of the night. What does that mean to you? How'd that feel?
Means the world to me, especially, to do it for my brother on his birthday. That means a lot. To have all my supporters watching in on this. I've been working 15 years, putting in my blood, sweat, and tears into this sport, and to finally come out and be able to be on the big stage where I belong, it means a lot.
Justin, you were supposed to fight a month ago. That fell through. You got this fight tonight. Tell us what you were feeling a month ago when the fight fell through, and how happy you are that you got to perform the way you did just 1 month later here.
I was very heartbroken. I mean, to lose 43 pounds to prepare for a fight and to get all the way there and, you're backstage getting ready to get taped up, and then all of a sudden you get told that, it ain't happening. It's a heartbreaker. So to definitely come out here tonight and to make it happen and be able to showcase my skills and be able to put it all out there, it means a lot.
And one more question. What do you have to say about your opponent's toughness tonight? He showed an iron chin. You were cracking him with some hard shots. Thoughts on Anthony Sanchez?
I give him 100% credit. I mean, that guy's got chin for days. He's got heart of steel. It was an honor to be in that ring with him today, to share, to share the spotlight with a man like that. It means, true credit.
It was a great fight out there, and we saw you have to make adjustments. How much adjusting did you have to do from your initial game plan to get the victory?
Nerves really took control in that first, couple rounds. I'd say once I was able to break the nerves and find my distance and start feeling comfortable, the left hook was there. I mean, it was just a matter of setting it up and working through all the adversity and fighting through it.
All right, Justin Street, thank you for stopping by. What a fight tonight, everyone. I mean, it was a great night of action. We appreciate you, man.
Hey, thank you, guys. Thank you, Albuquerque.
Thank you, Justin. And next up, I want to talk to Ruben War. Ruben, are you here? Ruben, step right up, and let's see what we have for you. Ruben, they also spoke very highly of you. I don't know if you were in here earlier. Dave was up here saying that he really enjoyed what you were doing tonight. And I know the media is going to have some questions for you as well. They're very excited to see you. Thank you for coming by. Before we start, do you have anything you'd like to say?
I don't know. Can you hear me? Yeah. This is the first time I fought in front of my mom, so this is everything to me. I want to thank my team, Triumph Combat in Louisville, Kentucky. I want to thank my job, Just in Time Roofing and Construction. Without them, I wouldn't be here right now. Been through a lot, man. I was put at gunpoint last year. Had negative 4,000 in my account. Had 2 kids to feed. Got shot 9 times at me, and I don't know, man. I was over 200 pounds 4 months ago, depressed, and I just looked at my daughter when I was feeding her, and I couldn't feed myself because I didn't have any money. I had to do something different, So I just fucking worked, man. I just grinded, and people were hating on me. People were doubting me. People were talking smack. And my opponent was talking smack, and I don't know, bro. I just fight with emotion because I have so much in me, And I don't know. Today was a statement to let people know, like, I'm for real, man. Like, you ain't gotta take money away from my kids no more. I'm trying to give my kids a good life. I'm a single dad. I've been on my own since I was 14 years old. I'm just trying, man. That's it.
Hey, Ruben, you just talked about all the stuff you went through here. You mentioned that it was the first time you ever fought in front of your mother. We talked to you after the fight. You hadn't seen your mom yet. Tell us about the embrace afterwards. What was it like?
Oh, man, just hugging her. I ain't never really had that mom love. I never had someone, like, tell me, like, I'm proud of you, anything like that. So this is my 4th time meeting her, so to hear those words, I'm proud of you, man, it just melts my heart. It's something that I've been waiting on my whole life. I'm 35. I waited my whole life to hear those words, you know, and that's all I cared about, you know.
It was a intense scene at the stare downs with you and Lorenzo, and off everything that you're fighting with, all these emotions. How were you able to fight with the composure that you had tonight?
Man, I've been fighting for a long time, you know. Actually, as a matter of fact, I know Dodson for one of my fights like 6 years ago. I took that fight like 3 days notice. I was homeless when I fought that guy. You know, I've been homeless majority of my career. People don't understand. I was sleeping in cars, sleeping in gyms, sleeping on the beach. You know what I'm saying? Sleeping everywhere I could, you know. And people told me to retire years ago, and I don't know, man. I took a break, took 3 years off, and just worked 7 days a week for my kids. And after that shooting, man, it was something I had to do, you know. It's something I had to get back into and try to clear my mind instead of trying to retaliate and possibly go to prison for the rest of my life. I just want to give my kids a life I never had, you know.
One last question for you. You just talked about coming down from 200 to 155. Is 155 where you want to stay, and what do you want next? You made kind of quick work tonight.
I'll fight 45, 55, 60, whatever you want. Line them up.
We saw the knockout. It was off of the second knockdown. What did you feel led to that knockout?
Honestly, I didn't feel anything other than I just want to be with my mom and my kids. All this fame, all that crap, that don't mean shit to me, man. The only thing I care about is looking at my daughter, looking at my son, and letting them know that their dad has worked endless hours to get where I'm at today. And that's all I care about, is to provide a path for my kids to where they know that hard work's going to get you where you need to be. That's it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Ruben War. Thank you for coming by.
Thank you,
we
man.
appreciate it. Wonderful story. Thank you for sharing that with us,
Appreciate it.
being open
Thank
with us.
you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, next up, let's bring up one half of the main event. Let's bring up Dagoberto Aguero. Come on up, Dagoberto Aguero. All right, thank you for being here. First question.
Dagoberto, were you surprised when you're hearing the judge's decision being rendered?
What is it? Que si te sorprendió la decisión de los jueces.
Lamentablemente la decisión a mí no me convenció. Creo que la decisión no fue justa. No sé por qué hicieron eso. Esto yo lo necesitaba, mi familia lo necesitaba también. Y me gustaría que me dieran otra oportunidad y que sea en Miami, que volvamos a pelear otra vez.
He said I wasn't really convinced on the decision. He says I'm glad that they're going to give me another chance and another opportunity, and I would like that opportunity to be down in Miami, because he really wants us and needs this.
All right, well, hey, we have one over here.
Dagoberto, in your mind, what did you do to give John so much trouble after he'd been so dominant in his previous fights?
Dice, en tu mente, ¿qué tú hiciste que dominaste él más de su pelea anterior?
No voy a hablar mentiras, Don Johnson es un buen peleador, es un buen luchador, pero yo desde un inicio supe lo que iba a hacer y supe tomar el dominio desde un inicio. Aunque hubo una caída que no fue necesario que me cuenten porque fue un rebalón que hice y de verdad la decisión estuvo malísima.
He says, no doubt, Dobson is a great fighter. He says it was a great fight. He says, but he feels that, the decision, probably wasn't right. But, he says, we'll run it again and see what happens.
John has been running through his opponent since he's been here in the BKFC. He is the champion. Do you believe that people were taking you lightly going into this fight? Because I believe he was a heavy favorite and you only had one fight in the BKFC. Do you think you were taken lightly?
Dice, como él terminó sus primeros 3 oponentes fácil en su primer asalto, ¿tú crees que la gente pensaba que él iba a hacer lo mismo contigo, como si tú era algo fácil?
Bueno, la gente se equivoca muchas veces porque el fanático no me conoce tal como yo soy. Está bien que he tenido una mala racha en las últimas 2 peleas que hice en boxeo con guantes, pero esto a puño limpio es una cosa diferente. Yo estaba bien preparado para esto y no, tampoco no soy como los 3 peleadores que él peleó anteriormente. Yo soy un peleador con más conocimiento en el boxeo.
He said he is a higher caliber than the past 3 opponents that Dobson fought. You know, he's a different type of fighter. He says he knows that the last 2 boxing fights wasn't, you know, at his favor. But he says he feels like he can grow in this sport and, you know, have a future here with BKFC.
All right, thank you. I think that about does it. Thank you.
Thank you so
Gracias.
much. Thank you.
We appreciate you. Thank you for coming by. One half of the main event there, coming down. Good for Dagoberto Aguero. And the other half of the main event, as they embrace off camera, the other half of the main event, John the Magician Dodson. John, they love you here. You know that. They were going crazy for you. I'm sure everyone's very excited to talk to you. Before they do talk to you, is there anything you'd like to say, John? The floor is yours.
I haven't got a chance to see the replay. Like, at the end of the day, like, Dagoberto came out, did his thing. He became the toughest opponent I've ever faced in the BKFC, so my hat's off to him.
It was a tough fight. How did you feel when we're going to the scorecards?
Going to scorecards, I thought I was pushing ahead on the card. I thought I won. I thought I had that 4th round with a drop. I had 1 and 4. I got technically dropped in the 2nd and 3rd, so I thought we were going even into the 5th, and I was just trying to push the pace.
What did you feel was key adjustment to being able to get on the inside and stay away from the distance of Dagoberto?
You know what? My hat's off to him. He literally sat there, made me do a boxing fight, and I boxed with him. And I ended up losing a boxing match, and when I made it grimy and dirty, that's when I turned it on, and that's when we saw the real caliber of John Dodson.
John, you hadn't been tested like this yet in the BKFC. You showed everybody that you can go 5 rounds in the BKFC ring. Do you feel like you've proven yourself as a champion with this fight tonight?
Absolutely. I was kind of disappointed because I thought we were going to get a 6th round, and I wanted more than ever to go ahead and knuckle up and secure the victory for the hometown instead of coming out with a decision.
Were you aware that the 6th round was not an option here in New Mexico?
I'm completely honest with you. I did not know that. I thought, since it was a title fight, I was like, hell yeah, we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and knuckle up and square up. And I was ready. If you watch the replay, I literally put my mouthpiece in my mouth and stood toe on the line. I didn't care. I thought we were going to go that 6th, so I was ready to go ahead and throw down.
John, in the first round, it looked like Dagoberto was trying to say the knockdown was a push. What did you hit him with?
I hit him with the overhand left, and then as soon as he was trying to grab, he did the exact same thing for the next 2 rounds. He kept continuously catching himself on me to make sure that he wasn't getting considered a knockdown. If you watch every single time I hit him hard, hit him solid, and I start wobbling him, he would latch onto me for dear life and trying to drag me down with him to make it look like I was pushing him or tripping him.
John, what kind of experience did this feel like? You were tested more than you had been before, so do you feel like this pushed you more?
Definitely it's going to make me a better fighter. I'm going to come back and change up my whole game plan, and I'm going to make sure and secure the victory. I hate going to judge scorecards. I keep on promising you guys. I keep on trying to sacrifice my hands for this sport. My hands do hurt, and so does my face, obviously. But I'm willing to go out there, go do this wherever we want to. So we come back out here, go to Miami, go to Abu Dhabi, go to wherever the hell that they want to take me to. I'm going to go out there and destroy this dude next.
I think you just might have answered my next question, my last question for you. The opponent tonight was the challenger for your belt, but in the post-fight, he asked for the rematch to be in Miami. How do you feel about that, or do you believe since you're the champ, you should do it back here again?
I'm a champion. We should do wherever I want.
All right. Well, thank you very much, John the Magician Dodson. Like I said, they love you here, and still BKFC Flyweight World Champion. We appreciate your time. Thank you very much, John the Magician Dodson.
Hey, you guys, shout out to OnlyFans, Bucked Up, These guys are going to sit there making sure that I can go ahead and have a pristine lifestyle. Thank you guys for supporting me and all the people that sit there having my back. I appreciate you guys very much.
Thank you. John the Magician Dodson, everybody. Give it up for John Dodson. Always a fighter here in Albuquerque. We love checking him out. Thank you, John. All right, that does it for the post-fight press conference here in Albuquerque. We remind you to check out all of our dates. Stay up to date on everything from BKFC.com, all the social medias, at bare-knuckle FC. Another hot crowd. They love fights here in Albuquerque. It was a pleasure to be here. Happy Easter to you and your family. We'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out late with us.